Hello and welcome back to Premier League Predictions, the show which does what it says on the tin. We're here for game week 33 of the 23-24 Premier League campaign to once again predict all 10 games of the game week. Let's start at the top. It's been a very good season so far, and it just gets better this weekend as the title race continues to take more twists and turns. In our first game, the early kickoff, Newcastle versus Tottenham. Two sides in the hunt for European football right now. Newcastle, they're struggling to be in that fight though, but it's not impossible that they were to get up into maybe 7th, 8th position and get themselves some European football, though their form of late has been a little bit patchy. As for Tottenham, they find themselves 5th in the Premier League, which at the moment will give them Champions League football. If they keep winning, they will go ahead of Aston Villa as they have more games than them left to play. So Tottenham in a very good position right now, playing some good stuff. They've had some weird results this season, though, Tottenham. Do you think that will be the same here, Harry?
Yeah, both sides have had a bit hit and miss in the last few weeks, and I think they could really do a big win here. The early kickoff, Newcastle at home will really want to please those home fans. I don't think they will, though. I think Tottenham will have enough, and it'll be another disappointing game for the Geordies. I will go for a 2-0 Tottenham win. It'll be a first half goal from Son, a second half goal from Brennan Johnson, and a really big win for Tottenham as they push that Champions League space.
Yeah, I think this game is very difficult to call on account of it being a home game though for Newcastle. I do think they'll get something from it. So I'll say Newcastle 1, Tottenham 1. I'll say an Alexander Isak goal because he seems to be the only footballer that's actually capable of anything at the moment for Newcastle. And Harvey Barnes because I guess he'll play with Gordon. Is Gordon still suspended this week or is he back?
I think he's back. It's only one game.
Yeah, it was only one game. So he should be back this week. And that could definitely add something. He's very good at winning penalties, very good at causing issues for defences. I think, though, it will only be the one goal for Isak, and then Tottenham will level it up through. I'm tempted to say like someone boring like Son, but I want to go interesting. I will say Pape Matar Sarr hasn't got a whole lot of goals this season, but he will score here. Up next, the first of four 3 o'clock kickoffs, and it's Brentford versus Sheffield United. I don't think you could pick two teams I care less about normally. But at the moment, with the title race on, this game is so pivotal. Brentford have to win. If they don't win, they put themselves in a real tough spot because Everton will be desperate to win, Forest will be desperate to win, Luton will be desperate to win. If any of those were to win, suddenly Brentford get themselves dragged into that relegation fight. And Sheffield United is their most winnable game left this season. It's everyone's most winnable game. The fact Brentford have it now, they've got to win. As for Sheffield United, well, their season seems to be all but done, but now they're playing for pride. They've got to stop conceding goals because they're only 18 off getting in the 100 club, which is a club you never want to be a part of in terms of goals conceded. This is a game Sheffield United could get something from if they set up well defensively. Will they do that though, Harry? Or will Brentford run a mock on them?
Yeah, this is a relegation 6 point, and Brentford need points very fast, and Sheffield United, I mean...
It's not really a 6 point. Sheffield United are in the fight.
If they want to pull off the Great Escape, this is the game to do it. If they don't win here, though, they can go back to the Championship quickly. I think Brentford are going to batter them 4-0. I'm still angry at Sheffield United last week, and Ollie McBurney, jammy person. I think Brentford are going to tank them. They're really going to turn up. They need the point. Sheffield United are not a good football team. I will go Ivan Toney, hat-trick, and a 4th goal coming from Brian Mbeumo.
Right, fair enough. I feel like Sheffield United are playing like a team that are already relegated.
Yeah.
In that they have nothing to lose. And I think that's why they'll get a result here. I'll say Brentford 1, Sheffield United 1, and I'm going for the most boring predictions ever, apparently. 2-1 or draws. But I just feel Sheffield United are very good at just getting a goal out of nowhere. We saw it in the Chelsea game. I mean, that was a complete mess. But they've got no reason to push for those goals other than the fact they want to.
Yeah.
They've got there's no motivation now, but there's also no pressure on Sheffield United. Pretty much everyone has them written off as losing every game. Everyone has them as already in the Championship for next season. So for them, they've got nothing to play for. They've got no worries, no cares. They can just give it their best. I think they'll get a draw here. I'll back a goal from Ben Brereton Diaz because he seems to be the shining light in this huge pile of shit that is the Sheffield United team at the moment. And then I will say for Brentford, Ivan Toney, because, I've had some fears he would struggle to return from injury, but he's been phenomenal since coming back, and I think he'll continue that here. Not for injury, from suspension, but you know what I mean. Up next, it's Burnley versus Brighton, another side who seem to already be relegated, but things aren't quite so desperate for Burnley. If they would just start picking up wins, they could definitely find themselves in a position to try and stay in the Premier League. As for Brighton, well, they've had a poor season by their standards, as we spoke about in our video on Wednesday. And this is a game where they'd really be looking to take advantage of the relative lack of quality in that Burnley squad. Brighton should be winning here. but they have been a bit all over the place this season. So will they get a win, or will Burnley find 3 points?
Yeah, these are two sides who have really had, pretty poor seasons, I think, but obviously for different reasons. Brighton have really struggled.
They're both falling short of expectations. A lot of people were putting Burnley top half in their pre-season predictions, which was mental.
Great. This, I'm going to go for a slim 1-0 Brighton win, but to sum it all up, it's going to be a Muric own goal. And that sounds about right. It's going to be a terrible game of football.
Ball into the box, he just puts it in? Or...
Yeah, he claws it out. He goes to punch it in his own net.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, really, really typical goalkeeping that. But yeah, I'm not expecting much from either side in this game, really. Yeah,
fair enough. I think this will be quite a nice 2-0 win for Brighton, and I don't think any of them will be own goals from Arjanet Muric. I think they'll be own goals from Dara Shea.
Suspended.
Oh, that is a shame.
Go for him.
That is a shame. I'll say goals for Brighton then. Simon Adingra, because he's looked very good, filling the role of Kawaro Mitoma, and then I will go for an own goal from Vitinha, because Burnley just love putting it in their own net.
Yeah.
Up next, Manchester City versus Luton Town. Now, this seems to really be the David versus Goliath, and while Luton gave them a really good go at the Kenny, they were 1-0 up at half-time, and I think they ended up losing that game 2-1, 3-1, something like that. They'll be hoping they could come with a similar sort of fight, similar sort of spirit, and maybe give Man City a go here. But it's going to be a very different challenge. The fact they're away from home definitely, goes against Luton. They've made their home ground a fortress this season. Man City are very unstoppable at the Etihad. There might not be much atmosphere there, but that benefits them apparently. But I feel, Man City are so strong. I can't really see past them. But what do you think, Harry?
Yeah, this is the perfect game for City. In the title race is a nice game, but also to have Luton Town at home sandwiched in between two games against Real Madrid is perfect for them. I think
brilliant scheduling from the Premier League.
I think they'll rotate, and I do think that'll let them down, and they will go behind for a Colton Morris header, but they will return the game on its head in the second half, win it 2-1 with goals from Phil Foden off the bench and Julian Alvarez.
Fair enough. I am going to go Manchester City 1, Luton Town 2. There we go. Bold prediction out of the way. I think City will over-rotate here, and the team spirit of Luton Town will shine through. Yeah.
Let's take Rodri out and put Matthias Nunes in there. He's pretty good, isn't he?
They might do that, and that would be a bad idea.
Very bad idea.
I think they might put Kovacic in there, though, over Rodri.
He played.
Rico Lewis. Okay, maybe they probably won't put Kovacic in there, but they'll rotate the side a little bit, over-rotate the team. Luton Town will be there to pounce, and it'll be a Carlton Morris goal to open the scoring. City will hit back. It'll be 1-0 half-time again.
Yeah.
City will hit back, Kevin De Bruyne a direct free kick, and everyone go, here we go. Here we go. After convincing you loads of saves, that goes in, and everyone's starting to go, this is going to be bad. But then Luton, they hold on, they fight on. City generate about 5 XG. They've 7 on Haaland and people like that. But Haaland's never scored against Luton until the FA Cup game, I think. And then suddenly they break. Tahith Chong rounds the goalkeeper. Ortega's on his arse. He slots it home and he wheels away into the Luton end, who are going absolutely mental.
Okay.
Good prediction.
I would agree with that. You can't over-rotate a Man City.
No, you can't really, but I think they will somehow. They'll throw that 16-year-old goalkeeper they signed from Southampton. He'll go in goal.
Yeah.
Spike Brits, the best name in the world. But yeah. Up next, the final 3 o'clock kickoff. It's Nottingham Forest versus Wolves. Forest are embroiled in a relegation battle right now. Wolves enjoying quite a good season, I'd say. Gary O'Neill's worked wonders with his Wolverhampton side, and they've been sort of struck by an injury crisis recently, but they'll be hoping that they can start to have some players returning soon. They're hoping they can continue to muddle through that, because they've been doing all right recently despite those issues. Will they keep that up, and can they beat a Forest side who are desperate for points?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be an interesting game of football. Hopefully Gary O'Neill has calmed down after his rant after the West Ham game.
I hope he goes mental.
Nigel Pearson or Charlie Austin, depending on which way you look at it. Forest aren't very good at football. Wolves should have enough to beat them here. I think they will. I'll go for a slim 1-0 victory to the away side, and it'll be a goal coming courtesy of Matthias Cunha.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to say Nottingham Forest 0, Wolves 0, and I think Wolves will have another goal disallowed for something stupid. Yeah. I think it'll be like it's deemed offside, but he's not offside, and the VAR thing wasn't working or something, and Gary O'Neill will lose his shit. That's my prediction.
I mean, wait until he finds out the VAR officials get paid around an average of £800 a match.
I mean, considering he's on 20 grand a week, I reckon he'll probably get over it. But yeah, I think Gary Neville will be very upset by another frustrating thing, and Forest with a huge point at home. That's what they need at this stage of the season, to hold on to every point they can get. And then at the 5:30 kickoff, the last game on the Saturday, it's Bournemouth versus Manchester United. It's a real underdog story, Man United heading away to Bournemouth here, because Bournemouth have been playing really well this season. They've done really well. And then you've got this small side who haven't played very well, but they're punching above their weight, really, Manchester United. So can they keep doing that? Or will the Goliaths in Bournemouth, playing their wonderful football with a very good striker up front in Dom Solanke, will they keep that up? Or will Man United pull off an upset?
Yeah, I think this will be an interesting game. I think it'll actually be a really, really good game of football. United are the luckiest football team I think I've ever seen in a very long time. I mean, that Liverpool game, they were played off the park. Yeah. And then Fernandes scores an halfway line. Everyone thinks he's God now. United will not win here. Simple as that. Bournemouth 2, Manchester United 1. Bournemouth have looked brilliant so far. It'll be a Solanke goal and a Tavernier goal that will, shut Man United up, and they'll get a consolation for a Bruno Fernandes penalty, but no can do. 3 points to the home side.
Should it be a penalty?
No.
Good. That is exactly what I wanted to hear. I think, if you look at the reverse fixture, that was the real Volta in this Bournemouth season. They'd not won in the first 10 matches. Then I think they beat Burnley, and then they 1-0, and then they had United and they won 3 or 4-0. So I think Bournemouth will be keen to do that again, considering what they did at Old Trafford earlier in the season. And I think this will be a 3-0 win for Bournemouth. Wow. I will say a goal from Antoine Semenyo, a goal from Dom Solanke, and a goal from Milos Kerkez, because Bournemouth are very good and Manchester United are not. And United sometimes they can get those wins against the big tides because, I don't know, really. I don't know how United are doing it. They play terribly and somehow get something from the game, like Liverpool last weekend. But Bournemouth, they see through that bullshit. They score goals, and I think Bournemouth will come away with a 3-0 win here. On to the Sunday then, and we've got 3 matches, all sides who are in action on Thursday night in the Europa League. So obviously they play on Sunday, so they don't have to play too quickly. The first of them is Liverpool as they welcome Crystal Palace to Anfield. Liverpool in pursuit of the Premier League title. They had a slip up last weekend against some minnows in the Premier League. They'll be hoping not to have a similar fate here. As for Crystal Palace, they've looked very good under Ollie Glasner, and last weekend they almost, it looked like after 4 minutes, they might be taking a game to Man City. They lost 4-2 in the end, but they still scored 2 goals in that game, so can they cause another title challenger a bit of a headache? Yeah,
I think they do. Palace seem to always give Liverpool a game, no matter who, what, who's playing. I feel like they always really pushed Liverpool, I remember.
Wasn't the reverse fixture 4-3?
Yeah, it was
that the game that Endo scored in the last minute?
Was that the Fulham game? I can't remember.
I think that might have been the Fulham game, to be fair.
Palace, right, when Benteke and Zaha were causing Liverpool problems. But I do think Liverpool now will have enough. They want to bounce back after their United draw last week. I think it'll be 3-1 though. Palace will take an early lead through Eberiche Eze in, first 10 minutes again. But Liverpool will turn it around with goals from Darwin Núñez, Mohamed Salah, and Alexis McAllister.
Yeah, fair enough. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff, so I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Liverpool. It'll be Mohamed Salah with the first, and then I'm going to go for someone completely random. I almost said Thiago, but I think he's injured, so I'll go for Endo because he doesn't score many, but I think he'll score here.
Yeah.
Up next, West Ham versus Fulham. This has potential to be the best game of the game week, which I don't think anyone has ever uttered in the history of the world. West Ham versus Fulham could be a good match of football. West Ham this season have punched a little bit above where they should be. They find themselves 7th in the Premier League, despite the fact that their performances indicate they should be a little bit lower than that. As for Fulham, well, last season they overperformed massively because they somehow did well without actually creating any chances. And this season, no idea how they're doing it without an actual striker, but they're doing it again. Rodrigo Muniz, though, has really filled the boots of Alexander Mitrovic of late. He's been in absolutely scintillating form. And against a West Ham defender who may look a little bit tired after Thursday night, could Fulham have a lot of joy? Yeah,
I think it's going to be a really good game, as you say. I'm expecting quite a lot of goals, quite a lot of action. I will go for a 2-all draw. Can't separate these sides. Fulham will take the lead through Muniz. Very fast start for the Cottagers. West Ham will then equalise through Lucas Paquetá. Then they will take the lead 2-1 to the Hammers through a goal from Soufal, edge of the box, screamer, and then Anthony Robinson will see that and go, "I'll do you one better." 25-yard perler from the American, 2-all draw.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think West Ham are going to be very tired after Thursday night. Now, unfortunately, we're recording before the game on Thursday night against Leverkusen. I just feel Leverkusen are a very, very good side. West Ham can't really reach that level. No. And if Leverkusen play as well as they should, West Ham are going to be chasing shadows all night. And that's going to have an impact on them. So either way, even if they've managed to beat Leverkusen somehow, they'll have that European hangover. So I feel they're going to lose this game. I'm going to go 3-1 Fulham. I think it'll be a Rodrigo Muniz brace, a goal for João Palhinha, and West Ham's goal, sole strike, will come from Jared Bowen.
What a surprise.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's very good. I was tempted to go Divin Mubama and thought he might start, but I'll stick with Bowen. On to the 4:30 game then. It's Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Again, Aston Villa, tough game in the midweek. Lille is not going to be a very easy game, but Arsenal had Bayern Munich as well. So neither side is going to be coming into this weekend completely fresh. Arsenal do have an extra 2 days in there, though, so could that have an impact? Potentially so. And obviously Arsenal are one of the best teams in the world right now, which is going to have an impact on the game, surprisingly. Villa, though, have set up well against the big side, so could they cause another shock, or will Arsenal claim a routine victory?
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game again, highly contested, quite a close one. Both sides playing some really good stuff at the moment. Villa really enjoying life, sitting in fourth in the league. I think Arsenal will have enough in this game to see it through, though. I'll go a 2-1 win to the home side. Arsenal will take the lead through Bukayo Saka. Very well taken goal, probably, as long as he stays on his feet this time. Villa will then equalise through Ollie Watkins. Very, incredible finish, probably. But Arsenal, late on, will score a goal that could be pivotal in the title race. And Declan Rice seems to always score those last-minute clutch goals. And he will find another one here. 2-1 to the Gunners. Yeah,
you say Saka starting there. I could definitely see it because I'll take another drops him, but I would be somewhat surprised. It feels like this is the kind of game Reece Nelson could have an impact on, and I think he will score as Arsenal win 4-0.
Wow.
Villa haven't been very good in the league recently. We saw that City game where they levelled it up, John Duran scored, and then I think they went on to lose 3-1 or 4-1, something like that. It was really not great for Villa. I feel like against the big sides at the moment, they're really struggling. They may well rotate a little bit after.
Brentford was poor.
Well, exactly that. And then they've played Lille in the midweek. They'll be either tired or rotated from that game. And so I think Arsenal could take full advantage of that. And it'll be Arsenal, what did I say? 4. Yeah. Arsenal 4, Aston Villa 0. I think it'll be goals from Reece Nelson, Gabriel Martinelli. Well, they might play Trossard, to be fair, but I'll say Martinelli. Then I was about to say Granit Xhaka, but he's not there anymore. I will go Jorginho, because he looked very good, actually, in their last game against Brighton. And I will say Jakub Kiwior, because why not? I'll back him to get a goal. Only played 45 minutes against Bayern as well, so fresh legs pretty much. Just bang him in. On to the Monday night then, and we've got two sides who have had very difficult seasons, both for different reasons. Chelsea versus Everton. Chelsea find themselves currently 9th in the Premier League, just. A draw last weekend against Sheffield United, a draw the weekend before against Burnley, with a win against United sandwiched in between. So ups and downs at the moment for Chelsea.
Man United.
It just does a lot, doesn't it? Yeah. And then they play an Everton side who've been hit with points deductions constantly this season and find themselves in a relegation battle. But Chelsea, against relegated sides, tend to hand them points. Will that happen again today, Harry?
Probably, but I'm going to be optimistic and say Chelsea are going to win. You never know, do you? Probably be a draw or we'll lose because Tarkovsky will score a header.
No, Branthwaite. And then Ellis Sims will come back.
I hate them both. I'll go 2-0 Chelsea. Don't know where this is coming from. It's just, hope at this point. And it'll be a Cole Palmer goal and a Nick Jackson goal. And Chelsea should get a win across the line.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm going to go Chelsea 2, Everton 2. I think it will be a Chelsea, good start for Chelsea. Cole Palmer scoring after 13 minutes. Then Everton will level up just for the half, jab Branthwaite from a corner.
Yeah, of course.
Then it will be a goal from Enzo Fernandez, struck well on the edge of the box.
Yeah.
And then the 97th minute, someone I've never heard of out of the Everton Academy. I can't even give you a name because I've not heard of him. That's how rare this human's going to be. Don't even know him. He's going to come off the bench. He's going to it's going to bounce around in the box and he's going to chest it in or come off his nose or something. It'll go in and it'll wheel away with the Everton away support. And once again, Chelsea fans will be left just sat there in utter disbelief or swearing at their telly or however they decide to process their pain. That's everything from us this week. An exciting week of Premier League action, I think you could say. If either our predictions come true, it's be one hell of a game week. So make sure to watch it all. Unfortunately, we're not live this weekend, but never fear, because we are live next week. We have both the Champions League quarter-final second legs for you. We'll be doing City versus Real Madrid on the Wednesday, Barcelona PSG second leg on the Tuesday. So yeah, and anyone that joined us on Wednesday night for Barcelona PSG, it was an incredible stream. So many of you guys there. Hopefully seeing you all again on Tuesday. But that is everything from us today. Anything to round off, Harry?
5 game weeks to go. Let's enjoy it.
Exactly that. I couldn't agree more. If you want to keep watching our content, there's going to be a video on screen now where we talk about Roberto De Zerbi, whether or not he's overrated. But that is everything from us this week. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.